new RIDGID 18-volt jigsaw. Obviously a cordless jigsaw, has a brushless motor as well. Model number is the R86344, and we get 4 different power modes here with the push of a button. So no longer a dial here, just a push button to select between 1, 2, 3, and 4. We will see those illuminate once we put a battery on here. We have 4 different orbit modes as well, really 3 different orbit modes. We have a non-orbit mode, and then 3 different selections as far as different aggressiveness of orbits 1, 2, and 3. So again, we have 0, which is none, and then 1, 2, and 3 as well. Here on the other side, we also get a blower feature. So this slide switch right here, you see the X telling us the blower is off. We can turn this on, and what that's going to do is it should clear out the area where we're actually cutting. So if we're actually cutting on a line, that blower should help to blow the sawdust away so that we can see the line that we're cutting on. On the base here, a couple of different features here. First, we can actually open this up, and we can even store blades in here if we wanted to, and put the base back on. And so a place to store things. As well, it's going to provide that non-marring surface so that we're not scratching anything. But of course, we could run that without the base as well. But why not just keep the base on? We get a toolless feature for beveling, and we can bevel either side 45 degrees. So we just flip that lever over, and then we slide the tool back, because it does have little indents in there that actually kind of lock it into place. So we slide it back, and then we can adjust to whatever degree we want to. If we're going to index at 45, we can slide it back forward at a 45, and that's going to lock in. If we want something other than a 45 or a 90, then we have to keep it not indexed, if you will, and just lock it in at whatever degree we want. But again, at 45, at 90, and at negative 45, or the left side 45, you're going to have those index spots. So no tools needed to lock and unlock that. You also see here that we get a dust extraction port that actually slides right here in the base of the tool and locks into place, so it clips in, and that's going to accept a 1 1/4 inch or 1 7/8 inch dust extraction or shop vac hose. And we also get a tool-free blade ejection and blade insertion. So actually, I don't even need the switch to insert the blade. So right now we're ready to insert the blade. Any T-shank blade should work. So I just slide this in, push it down, and it clicks and locks into place. And then take this lever right here, open it up, and it's not going to spring out, but it is going to release that, and I can pull that out. This is a Bosch blade here, so again, any T-shank blade should work. That clips right into place. And then even a Makita blade. So if you're wanting to run a Japan tooth, that's going to lock into place as well. So again, any T-shank blade should work just fine. So we like the non-tool needed for blade changes. Now let's slide the battery in here. And then, as we mentioned, right here in the tool, we have a lock. Slide that over, and now we can engage the trigger. We see the power display light up, so we can go from mode 3 to mode 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So just with the push of a button, and that's going to progressively get faster and faster. Now, we really don't know speeds for each one of the speed increments, but we do know it goes anywhere from 0 to 3,450 strokes per minute. And regardless of which speed you have it in, you still get a variable speed trigger. So even though you have it in speed 4, you can still start this very slow with the trigger and then ease into it as you want to. There is no auto mode that's automatically going to select that. You see a lot of saws now that do have that. This one does not. And something else you notice now with the battery in there is that we do get an LED light that's going to shine on the area where we're cutting. As for size of the tool with the battery on there, you're looking at about 10 inches long and about a little over 8 inches tall. Now, obviously, you could slim that up a little bit if you wanted to use like a 2 amp hour battery. To me, on a jigsaw, it's really not becoming cumbersome to run a 4 or 6 amp hour battery. Those are going to be the same size anyway, and it's not that much bigger than a 2 amp hour, and it's not something you're really carrying around. You know, you're letting the tool rest on the piece that you're doing the work. Now, if you were doing overhead stuff, then yeah, you may want to put a slim pack on there, but again, really not that important to me on a tool like this. And then weight with the 6 amp hour battery right at 6 pounds, 6 pounds, half an ounce. And with the battery off, 4 pounds, 6.5 ounces. Okay, we've got our rigid blade in place. We're going to start this. Let's just go to power mode 3, and we have our dust blower on. You know what? Let's turn that off, and we're going to have the oscillation on 0, and we'll just make a pretty straight cut. Really not getting a lot of dust right in front of us anyway. I'm just curious if we turn this off. We did have a fan blowing near us, so let's try that one more time. So we've got our fan, we've got our blower off. Okay, not really seeing a problem with dust accumulation anyway. That could change based off of hardwood, thicker wood, slowing down, things like that. So not that we don't need that, but anyway, so we're not really seeing the difference in the blower because we're not having a problem with the dust piling up. Let's go ahead and turn this on. We're going to go to 2. So we're going to jump 2 spots, and now we'll see the blade will actually, it will actually oscillate. So that wheel will actually push that blade forward and aft. So you see that different movement now. Probably be a lot more aggressive. We'll see a lot more splintering here in this plywood. So I'm really not pushing any harder, but it is moving much faster, but you see all of the splintering we have going on here. So yes, it will cut very fast, but this is what you'll get is a lot of splintering. Going to turn that back down. I will say it's very smooth. It doesn't vibrate a lot. Pretty easy to handle, even though it is a D handle. I typically like a barrel grip, but this is handling absolutely fine. All right, now we've got a piece of 1-inch pine on here, so 3/4 of an inch thick. Got a little dust accumulating here. Let's turn this blower on. So it does seem to make a little bit of a difference. Go ahead and throw it on a 45. Now we have a lot of dust accumulating right there at the foot, and the blower is actually on. So no problem. No problem powering through the 45 at all. So plenty of power from the jigsaw. Now I'm going to hook up the dust port. Now I don't see this making a huge difference because we're really not encapsulating the actual cut, so we don't have like a splinter stop on there, and we're really not encapsulating the whole blade and cut areas, so we're really not forming a great vacuum. The only thing we have going for us is creating velocity down this tunnel, which is where we're actually sucking from. So again, I don't see a huge difference happening, but let's find out. And as I mentioned, unless you're actually going to create some sort of vacuum area, you're not going to just magically pull all that dust away from there. We may be pulling some of that, and for some purposes, you may be better off using a dust extractor on this. You're just not going to catch a lot of particulate in most of your situations. This RIDGID model R86344 is going to run you $179 for the bare tool, so no battery, but you are going to get a single blade and the dust extraction port and the tool itself for $179, and you will get the lifetime service agreement. As long as you complete the lifetime service agreement within 90 days of purchase, so be sure to do that online when you purchase one of these RIDGID tools. Let us know what you think. Have a great day. Make sure you keep track of us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Have a great day and keep smiling.